Okay, Elena's gonna play Sculptor for this game. We're currently in Arms Factory. Arms Factory up against Cheerleader, Composer, Aeroplanist, and of course the Wailing. It's gonna be... Alright, Sculptor here once again. Seems like our main target here is going to be No Hater playing the Cheerleader. Cheerleader first chase isn't such a bad idea if we actually decide to bring Warp, but for Elena, it's Blink instead. We're running Confined Space Instance here alongside with Wanted Order, Hunter's Instincts, and Berserker. But Elena needs to be very careful here, especially with the early game, because if we don't get a good early game, nothing will be good here. We missed a Cheerleader there too. Seems like from Elena's point of view, well, Cheerleader knows where Elena is. Cheerleader knows where Sculptor is. But Sculptor, no, not really. We're finally able to see where the blood trails are. But this Cheerleader is honestly doing a really good job early game. That's 40-second free containment time just by putting a little bit more distance. But also at the same time, that's a brilliant chip there from the side of Elena. That's one chip on towards the Cheerleader there, thankfully. But our Blink is just about to be ready too. So when Blink is ready and you're not able to get a Survivor down, that's a really bad early game, especially from the side of Hunters, when all Survivors have already been decoding. For No Hate here, you can just do one Pom-Pom or double Pom-Pom to get straight towards the next nearest pallet as well. So I don't think this is going to be much issue here for our Cheerleader. We're able to get through here immediately as the pallet there will go down ASAP, and because of this, that will be a normal hit as we vault over that pallet for the speed boost out of this area. Now is doing a really good job here as the Blink came out around 70 seconds in towards the game, but for now, how many hits are we far away from max presence? We're around 2 hits away. It's currently 2.5 Cypher Machines stunned there as Elena. That's going to be a Confined Space to activated, but a 3-man escape is currently at 28.4%. Very nicely done there from the side of Survivors. And taking the chip there isn't such a bad thing. But right now, maybe we can go for the Cell game here. We do have Wanted Order as it's now pointing straight towards the Composer. However, even for YUI here, it's forcing the decoding instead of coming in to give the tinnitus is not such a great idea. It's honestly not such a great idea. I do feel like from the side of Sculptor, we are standing a little bit closely towards where the Cypher Machines are. However, for YUI, you should not rush that no matter what. Sculptor now has free scope of everything. She can come out and she can try get a chip on you, and that's what we're trying to do here too. YUI on the board now. It's going to be an after half rescue, but from the side of Wailing, there's quite a lot of pressure here. We can force a lot of statues out of Gala. That kind of would be the way to go. But can we get Cheerleader to rebound kite? There's a possibility, yes. Our second pom-pom is not ready until maybe around 30 more seconds, but we're still able to get towards his chair here. The only biggest issue is there's so many statues on the hands of Gala. Are we even going to be willing to rescue here from the Wailing side? Wailing can still stay on board for a little while longer, but I think this is more than enough time here. As long as we don't sell, she won't have max presence. Nothing for her to worry about later on. So, with all that in mind, 80% Cypher Machine decoding progress on the last 2 Cypher Machines. Wailing someone with borrowed time as well, and of course Aeroplanist too. So Aeroplanist can rescue after Wailing goes down. And not only that, by the time that Wailing gets off board, the 3rd and 4th Cypher Machines will be done. And of course we did get a dash there from the Mudo from the boar as well. So Mudo should be able to have quite an easy time here when it comes to the containment. We managed to get a hit there. Ooh, a hit on a chip. That's nice. But I mean, even with all that, oh, that's going to be a really nice double statue down. But like, see the issue here, right? One pull, one distance pull, one rescue. That's all what is necessary. But also at the same time, Wailing Sport is now ready. Aeroplanist is nearby, and Aero can just rush down in towards basement to rescue. We do, of course, need to worry about dodging the statues, but dodging the statues shouldn't be so much of a worry when you're playing Aeroplanist. But we did get stuck upstairs here, so now we need to focus on dodging. That's chip number 1. Hello, Elena. Elena, we have to be very careful here. Elena, can we get a chip? We didn't. Okay, that's no problem. That's no problem. That is a chip though, and that's gonna be a terror shock hit down. We're gonna be able to pop one of the Cypher Machine here as one on board. The other one trying to get out here as well. We're gonna try body block, and that's gonna be a beautiful body block there on the side of the Wailing. Okay, that's gonna be a knee-jerk reflex now. We're gonna get a blink blink down there on towards the aeroplane. There's no items left for himself to use because he used a jetpack to get towards the cipher machine and towards the chair. There's also one extra that was used somewhere else, which I don't know, but who cares? Right around now, Whiling here currently still on the board here, 40-second board time, and there's no way you can stop this Whiling at all. And Whiling is definitely going to be able to make it out here, but at least it's a tie game here for Elena. If Aeroplanes had any more extra item, it would have been so bad on the side of this Sculptor, but we are able to guarantee a tie here no matter what happens, so that's all really what matters. Moving on straight towards second half. Okay, Goldman from Zhou Yu's side with Trunk with Attention alongside with Peepers, but from Survivor side, it's a full Goldman counter team combo as well, so this is not that easy. We're going to be able to see a Gravekeeper, Puppeteer, Anti-Current, and Professor here from the Survivor side. It will be a double tie turn here alongside with 3 survivors with a borrowed time initially. Flywheel Ninja Reflex on both the Professor and the Anti-Current, and of course Ninja Reflex there on the Puppeteer. Righty, okay. The thing about Joey last game was he played wheel to get a 4-man elimination. This time he had either Hula Blue or Goldman to use, and it seems like from the Survivor side we banned Hula Blue. But chasing after a Gravekeeper is not really the best choice even for me as well. We should be able to get a normal hit here, but that's only a chip damage. So with all that in mind, who could potentially be the next chase here? YYTTKX. Our Puppeteer for this round. But even for Puppeteer here, do we have enough resentment for 3 hits? Hopefully, honestly, but that's going to be Peepers there drop down knowing where the Puppeteer is. We're going to be able to get a double back there immediately, as that's going to be finding the first hit there register on towards our Puppeteer. That's a very nice cage too, being able to lock quite a lot away from survivors. However, even for now, maybe our next puppet will have to be deployed there instantly. So we should hit. I think we should hit. I do think we should hit there, but that will be that. Okay, we managed to hit. But it is still, we still require 1 extra chip down. So right now it might just be a little bit more of a walk in the park here for Puppeteer for a little while. Probably for 10 more seconds before he goes down. We're going to be able to drop down the Peepers there. There's still a pallet there left to use. We can drop down that pallet. Ooh, didn't even win the pallet mine game. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Okay then, so with all that in mind, what do we see here? We see a 26.6% tie rate here on the side of AI Sensei, but even for AI Sensei, we have to think, okay, is it really going to be a tie considering this is a Goldman after all? Gravekeeper on his way into rescue, one of his shovels did get chipped, but I don't think when your shovel gets chipped, it really doesn't affect that much. That's going to be a normal hit there on towards the Gravekeeper, as Gravekeeper has to destroy the cages there too. We're going to be able to get the rescue there thankfully, and Gravekeeper is still a no damage rescue, which is somewhat of a good news, because for the next rescue, we could just sell and aim for the tie. But I do feel like from the Survivor side, no, probably rescuing would be the best choice here, especially when Puppeteer is able to tank an extra hit after he gets rescued. So Puppeteer going straight towards one of the areas where it's the hardest to chair. We will be able to get the down and get the pick up. However, Peepers on the side of Gravekeeper, who's nearby. Valagar as the Professor. Professor could also rescue too. It's not such a bad idea. So with all that in mind, it seems like we're currently decoding an extra cipher machine there on the side of no, we're not really decoding an extra cipher machine, but Anti-Current is going to be the one that comes in the backdoor rescue. And with all that, that will be a successful one too. Yu kind of gave a little bit of a distance in between, but that's a nice little Lewis activation there too. We do have 1 extra items left to use there as well, but we're right behind something else, and that's gonna be a 1-second disarm as we're now waiting. Another 1-second disarm is now we're waiting. That's gonna be a pallet drop down there, but the cage is about to be disappeared very, very, very soon. So unless you hit Anti-Current, I don't think it's gonna be such a great idea. Anti-Current here will get hit as we're going straight in towards a 4-second cooldown. Cipher machine definitely is enough for now, but this can definitely guarantee a tie hit from the side of Survivors. Anti-Current taking another free hit there for some odd reason. I don't think that should have happened, but Anti-Current will go down here immediately because of that extra free hit that she has given. However, that just means that Puppeteer will be free here for a little while, but we have 40 stacks of Resentment. I think it's going to be more than enough for now. That's going to be hit on towards Puppeteer. No extra cage needed. We just block his way from moving. That's all we need to do. Cypher Machine wise, yes, it's going to be primed very soon here, as we're just missing that last 83% Cypher Machine. But the one who can come into rescue is the Gravekeeper, and it should be the Gravekeeper no matter what happens here. Considering the fact that Professor does not have borrow time, it probably is better for Gravekeeper to come in. We do see GK on his way in now. Professor going over to decode that 83% Cypher Machine initially from the Gravekeeper. We could force the rescue, I guess. Cypher Machine's being decoded here pretty fast as we're trying to go over to look for Professor, but Professor Cypher Machine's just about to be done. We could try. The shell shock didn't really come out. Cypher Machine 99. Oh, that's a hit and we can pop. That's a hit and we can pop. There we go. That's a chip damage here taken by Professor. So it's not too bad after all. Professor, oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. As the pallet here comes down as well, that's going to be a pallet stun alongside with, that's a double stun on the side of Professor. Damn, that is insanely scary. For Valaga right now, it's a really good rebound kite. It's a really good rebound kite here. But it seems like for game 2, it will be another tie game from both teams. The two amateur teams here have been playing a really good game back and forth. But with that blink down, let's congratulate the tie game here between 2E and 3, moving on straight towards game 3.